Hey guys, my name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Arsenal versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. A really important game. It was an important game anyway, but obviously this weekend's thrown up a little bit of a curveball. Man City losing another game, which meant that if we could win this game, not only do we leapfrog Chelsea, who are above us on 2 goal difference. They scored 2 goals more than us. Then also we get closer to Man City. We obviously get closer to Liverpool, who are flying right now. It wasn't meant to be. It ends up being a 1-1 draw. Depending on who you ask, it's an okay result and it's a terrible result. At first, I thought it was terrible. I thought, you know what, Chelsea are there to be got at. They have improved a lot this season, but I still think Chelsea are not the finished article. They are beatable, even at Stamford Bridge, and we did that last season. But when you consider the fact that they've done quite well this season so far, especially compared to the last 3 years, and the fact that we've had lots of injuries, we've just had a very bad start to the season. Some of that's unlucky, poor decisions from the referees in terms of sending players off, playing really badly against Newcastle last week. But also, we do have injuries. We've got injuries to key players. The main one being Odegaard, and he came back for this game, and you could just tell how important he is to our attacking play. I mean, everything goes through Odegaard, and we've missed him a lot. And thankfully he's back now. He seems to be fit. Played a long time in this game, so hopefully I thought he might have gone off in the second half, but he didn't. He stayed on the pitch for the whole game, which is great. Good to see. He looks like he's fit now. He's slotted straight back in. It didn't even look like he'd been gone for the amount of time that he had been, so that's good. Obviously Saka, came off injured a little bit. Declan Rice as well with his broken toe, so they're a bit doubts now, but there's an international break coming up, and hopefully they can get the breaks because both of them are not going to England. So, it's a mixed bag. I mean, obviously we should have won this game. I think considering the quality of the two teams, I think we are the better team still. We had something like our best 11 for this game for the first time this season. I think. With Partey, Rice and Odegaard in the midfield, we haven't seen that for donkey's years. And obviously, Martinelli coming up with a goal. He's been getting a lot of slack lately, or a lot of sticks, should I say, from fans this season. He seems to be the go-to scapegoat at the moment. I'm so happy that he scored a goal, kind of silenced him a little bit. He scored a few goals this season. I think he's doing all right in goal terms. He's just not as good as Saka. We're used to how good Saka is, and I think we have to compare Martinelli to Saka, and obviously Martinelli can improve a lot. So, but yeah, I think the criticism he's gotten is just disgusting in my opinion. I think Martinelli is going through a little bit, and I think he seems to be just knocking on the door of getting his real top form back. Kai Havertz, unlucky not getting a goal. For me, was onside. He was leaning obviously, but his feet were onside. The feet obviously is what he played the ball with, and they were onside. But of course, every single time Arsenal score a goal, it has to go to VAR. It has to go to VAR. VAR has to check it. It's starting to get really excruciating. They even checked Martinelli's goal, for God's sake, and it's just like it's getting a little bit ridiculous now. But they didn't rule that one out, so it is what it is. But I think Kaya was unlucky. I think he was well up for this game. They kicked him, and he got booked for getting cut, for God's sake. He had a head wound. If that's not an excuse to sit down on the pitch and wait for the bloody medical staff to get to him, then what is? Michael Oliver going, get up, stand up, walk off the pitch, was absolutely disgusting. The guy's bleeding profusely from his head and he's being told to walk off the pitch. Anyone else would be stay there, it's a head wound, the medical staff can come to you and it will take however long it takes. Michael Oliver had a really abysmal game, but that's not really surprising at this point. He's very about me. What can I do to get people talking about me? And even the crowd started singing it, and he looked a little bit shocked about that. luckily, hopefully that's a bit of a wake up call to him that fans do know what he's doing. I think I don't know. Sometimes I think it's an agenda, but I think this game he was just incompetence, allowing their players to flop around. I think it was Madueke. I don't even know, but their players to flop around outside our outside our area and get two free kicks from blatant dives in like 5 minutes is just absolutely atrocious. Both of them were dives. Both of them were given. Oh, let's try. Cole Palmer's been anonymous this entire game, so let's just try and get him into the game by giving him a couple of free pot shots from free kicks, which he didn't do anything by the way. Cole Palmer is a little bit. Well, he was anonymous in this game. I didn't see anything in terms of. Comparisons with Saka. Saka controlled the game. He got kicked to all hell by Cucurella. Cucurella could barely handle him, and Cole Palmer was just not. He might as well have just sat on the sidelines. I mean, he was anonymous in this game. But it is what it is. Players do get overrated, and it does happen. And it's happened to here a little bit. I mean, he's a quality player. Don't get me wrong, but against the top 6 teams, he seems to be lacking a little bit. Anyway, so 1-1. Overall, I think it might be a fair result. I think we still should and do feel hard done by. Considering the fact that, like I said, City dropped points, it was a good opportunity to catch up with them. It was a good opportunity to kind of get away from Chelsea a little bit. I think Chelsea are overperforming a little bit, in my honest opinion. I think that will get rectified sooner rather than later. And it's Liverpool's season to lose now. We're 9 points behind them. I think City are 5 points behind them. Congratulations to Liverpool. There's always that thing about congratulations for winning the title in November, but you have to say they have right now, and it's theirs to lose. And if they bottle it, then we can outrightly and rightly so criticise them for that. I think they will. Our running, we've had an incredibly strong. Opening 3 games of the season. Our away games especially have been difficult. Even if you take away the dodgy red cards and the yellow cards that we get given that no one else does, it's still been tough fixtures. And this was one of them. This one's the last one for a bit. Liverpool have had a kind of run in, and I think they'll get caught. In my opinion, I think that they're not Man City, and I think that their winning streak is not going to last too much longer. I think they will drop points, and I think City could still drop points, but City can now, I wouldn't be surprised if they go on a 20-game winning streak, because that's what City can do. But yeah, and this title race is wide open. If we can win a couple of games, if City can drop more points, if Liverpool lose a couple of games, then it's a real title race. So I'm not losing all hope yet. It's the 11th of November, for God's sake. You can't call a season over. 3 months in, you just can't do that. There's so many more months to play, so many more games to play, and who knows what happens. Plus, Champions League and Europe as well, that comes into effect with City and Arsenal as well. So it's all to play for. I'm not going to be drastically, waving around saying, "Oh, I'll call the season," because it's too early for that. If it was Christmas, then maybe, but Christmas is 2 months away, so. Anyway guys, let me know what you thought of the game. Like I said, I think we dominated them. I think we were the better team. They had a fluke goal. It was a really good goal from Neto. Neto, for me, it's a miracle that he survived the game. I think he should have been sent off. Same as Caicedo. Caicedo just throwing himself around into dangerous challenges left, right and centre. Was able to get away with it because obviously it's Arsenal. You can do that stuff to Arsenal. But Neto, his goal was really good, but it was a momentary lapse in defensive judgment from us. We're still not quite on it yet, even though we've got our best players on the pitch finally, first time in months. But yeah, like I said, all 3 players from Chelsea's left hand side, our right hand side, got a yellow card, so that was all from fouling Saka. So Saka's still, for me, a world class player. But yeah, like I said, they got a free goal. We switched off. We don't really do that too much. before this little one anyway. We have gotten better at seeing our games, but there's still obviously an error in us, and we need to work on that. If that net goal hadn't gone in, I think it would have been a quite deserving 1-0 victory. But it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it too much. We just move on now. Hopefully, start getting a run of wins. If we can get some wins in the belt, then who knows where we can end up in this season. So the season's not over by any means. Liverpool are fallible, and they will get called out sooner or later, should I say. Let me know what you thought about, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz as well. I think he was so unlucky not to get his goal. It was balled out bullshit, I think, in my opinion. He was onside, he was leaning forward, obviously, but obviously it's the point of where he contacts the ball, and his point was his feet, and his feet were onside, but, it is what it is. VAR love to rule out Arsenal goals, as I said. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think about the game, what you think about our running now up until Christmas, and what do you think about Liverpool? Can they be caught, or do you think that's it? We'll have a conversation in the comments. So, anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already. I really do appreciate it. And comment down below, because obviously we'll have a nice conversation about this complex season. I think the season's going to be a lot more complex than we think right now. I think we all conditioned to going, let's change the 5 points ahead, so they're going to go run away with it. Well, the team's not City, and City are not City right now, and I think that leaves the league wide open. I think, Liverpool could be another 2 or 3 points ahead and still get caught. So, still all to play for, in my opinion, so I'm not going to cry about it too much. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.